There's a story running rampant on social media where a woman is going around apparently lying about being a PA student at Duke University, when in fact, she was not actually attending that school. This woman goes by the name of Angel Victoria Murdock, and if she looks familiar to any of you, it's because she was on a reality show called Temptation Island. For the past 2 years, she had the energy to research and portray a lifestyle that was so different from hers, where she cosplayed as a PA student, studying, wearing scrubs, going to clinicals, and even graduating. But once she posted her graduation photos, that's when actual students from the program looked at it and said, wait, who is this?
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
No.
Now she's accused of not actually attending the prestigious school and lying about the whole thing. On August 20th, a Reddit user claiming to be a recent graduate of the program made a post about Angel. They said that a classmate had discovered Angel's TikTok content and realized she was apparently documenting her journey through Duke's PA program. But there was a problem. Nobody in the program seemed to know who she was. According to the post, students weren't seeing her in class. They weren't seeing her at program events. They weren't seeing her around campus. And eventually, according to the Reddit poster, students concluded that she wasn't actually enrolled in the program. But once she posted the graduation pictures, that's when people dug deeper, and this is where the story gets even more weirder. After the Duke PA class of 2026 completed its graduation ceremony, Angel allegedly posted her own graduation pictures, and she was posing at Duke in graduation attire, posting photos as if she had been there the entire time. This single graduation post is what finally led to her lies being brought to light. And this was the point people started investigating and finding inconsistencies. The second piece of advice came when Duke's official PA class of 2026 photo was published and Angel doesn't appear to be in it. But I mean, if we play devil's advocate for a moment or give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe she was sick the day the photo was taken and couldn't attend.
I'm sick.
But then there's the graduation ceremony. The class of 2026's hooding and award ceremony was publicly documented. And according to the Reddit post, the entire ceremony was available online. The person who posted the allegation claimed that graduates were called individually and that Angel's name wasn't called. So when you combine that with students saying they never saw her in the class photo nor at the ceremony, it becomes another piece of the puzzle. Once the story started spreading, people began looking at Angel's old content closely. And this is where the rabbit hole gets particularly interesting. In one video, she apparently documented some notes on an iPad. In another, she discusses going to work while wearing scrubs. And there's videos where she talks about the realities of PA school. There's also claims from Duke students about inconsistencies involving things like a supposed PA badge and the academic hood shown in her graduation photos. One student reportedly questioned the color of the hood. Another claimed the graduation cap didn't match what actual students received. And people began asking, if this was all real, then why did so little normal student experiences seem to exist? Because think about it, if you're an influencer who's also a student, you'd expect some photos with friends or classmates, pictures of campus events or graduation events, maybe a group photo, maybe a random coffee run with another student. But according to the people investigating Angel's content, those things were strangely absent. And then there's something that I think makes this story especially fascinating: the supposed clinical rotations. According to the allegations, Angel talked about specific rotations she was supposedly completing. But one Duke class historian, Kiara Lee, stated that she was documenting her own rotations online and noticed Angel appearing to describe being on the same ones. So what's the issue? Well, PA students don't necessarily all complete their rotations at the same time. So the question became, how could someone supposedly experience the same rotations while not actually being physically there? As these allegations began spreading, Angel's Instagram account reportedly disappeared while her TikTok account became private, which added fuel to this viral story. One other video that is getting a lot of attention is when Angel had appeared in a friend's vlog discussing her supposed PA school journey, where she allegedly talked about being close to graduation. She described the program as stressful and competitive, talked about studying enormous amounts of material, and even discussed how much work she had supposedly put into getting through the program. So here was this very elaborate narrative of an identity that she created repeatedly. At this point, Angel hasn't made any responses in regards to the allegations, but honestly, why would anyone do this? This is the part I find more interesting than the actual allegations. Why would someone potentially spend years pretending to be a student? Because PA school isn't glamorous. It's hard, it's expensive, it's exhausting, there's exams, clinical rotations, long hours, and ultimately, there's a reward at the end. You actually become qualified to practice. But since she faked it, what was the goal? Was it for attention? Was it to build a healthcare influencer brand? Was it wanting the status associated with becoming a medical professional? Or was there some completely different explanation that we haven't heard of yet? This story exposes something uncomfortable about the internet. We don't actually see people's entire lives. We only see the pieces they want to show us. The most convincing part of the alleged story wasn't necessarily one fake photo. It was the consistency. A person repeatedly telling the same story over and over until eventually no one thinks to question it. We're potentially looking at one of the strangest examples of someone allegedly constructing an entire professional identity online. Not for a week, not for a month, but for years. And that raises an even bigger question. How many things on social media do we believe simply because someone has shown us enough evidence to make the story feel real? Because maybe the scariest thing about the story isn't the possibility that one influencer allegedly faked life. It's how easily the rest of us might believe a story that we've never actually seen. But I want to know what you think. And if you want to go down another rabbit hole with me, check out my other videos because apparently the internet really is my favorite reality show. See you on the next one.